Hi guys, it's Heather with Running with Scissors, and today I am going to teach you how to do 2 ribbons into that bow that's not a bow. We have one more video before this one on YouTube that shows you how to do it with just a single ribbon, and I said I would post one on how to do it with a 2 different ribbons, so here we go. And I'm just going to tip the camera a little bit. Actually, I'm going to slide out of it because you guys don't need to see me. You really want to see what my hands are doing. Hopefully, nobody starts peering in the windows or coming in because I didn't turn the lock on the door. Okay, so we've got this ribbon here. This is our blood splatter ribbon, and we just made this by taking paint and in a squeeze bottle with a little bit of water. We just water that paint down a little bit, and then we just splatter the ribbon with that red paint to make it look like blood splatter. So first I'm going to take this ribbon here, and just like on the first video, all I'm going to do is tuck the ribbon in between my thumb and my index finger of my hand, and I'm just resting my thumb there. I'm not holding really tight, gripping. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I don't want my hand to cramp up from doing this, okay? Just gently holding that ribbon in place. And I'm just going to push all of that ribbon tight up into the crook of my thumb and my finger. I'm just gathering it all together. So above your thumb and below your thumb, decide what directions you're going to twist your ribbon. So above my thumb, I'm just going to always twist to the left. I might change that from day to day when I'm making a bow, but today I'm going to go always twist to the left above my thumb. Below my thumb, I'm going to twist to the right, and you'll see how that comes together in just a second. So I twisted to the left because I want to make sure that the right side facing of the ribbon is facing out. This ribbon, these 2 ribbons, it's really hard to tell, but this is the wrong side, this is the right side. Okay, so here's my first loop, and I make it about 4 fingers wide, just 4 fingers wide there. It's a generous 4 fingers. You can measure it if you really wanted to, but now all I'm going to do is tuck that ribbon behind my thumb again and push it all the way over. Okay, so now I'm below my thumb, so I'm going to twist to the right, and I'm going to bring this ribbon up and make a bow down, or a loop down here. So now we've got the loop down here. Again, 4 fingers. And I'm just gonna push all of that in behind my thumb there, not gripping it really tight. I just want it to stay there. Okay, so up top again, so I'm gonna twist to the left. I'm gonna make the next loop, and I'm gonna make it the same size as the other one. And then I'm just going to push that down so it's all tied up. I'm not really worried about this right now. Don't worry about how it looks. We just want to get the bow or the loops in there and get the bow going, okay? So don't worry about that right now. All right, so we're gonna twist, and then we're gonna bring this up again. And here I'm gonna match that loop size and tuck that in. Now I cut this ribbon kind of long. I could technically make another loop here. Typically you would only make 3 or 4. All right, so let's just leave that right there, and I'll cut that excess off in a minute, and we'll use that on a different bow. All right, now I'm just gonna keep holding that there. There's still plenty of room to push more ribbon in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the bloody ribbon. And same thing, I'm gonna make a tail, and then I'm just gonna push that ribbon in. And we're up top here, so we're gonna twist to the left. We're gonna make a loop. Again, we're gonna make it the same size as the other loops. And then we're gonna push that ribbon in. We're gonna come down here, we're gonna twist to the right or away. We're gonna bring the loop up, or the ribbon up, so we can make a loop down below. And once again, I want it the same size as all the other loops. So I'm just gonna measure it against it, and I'm gonna push that ribbon in. So you can see what I've got going on there. It looks messy, But all I'm doing is just pushing all that ribbon in and holding it with my thumb against my index finger. There's no tight pressure to hold it. I'm just holding my finger and my thumb and pushing all that ribbon into there. All right, so we're up top. We're going to twist to the left. We're going to make another loop about the same size. We're going to feed that ribbon in again, and then we're down here again. I'm going to make one more loop. And remember, we got to twist away, bring that ribbon up the loop the same size as the others, push that ribbon in. Okay, so I've got quite an excess on this one as well, but I'm not going to make any more. I've got 2 loops of each color on both the top and the bottom, and that's where I'm going to leave that. I've got 1 bloody tail below, 1 bloody ribbon tail above, and the same with the black striped. 1 tail on the bottom, 1 tail on the top. Now I'm going to take my longest zip tie. So these are about 7-inch zip ties, and we give them to you in your kits. And I'm just going to wrap that zip tie under all of my ribbons. So all of the loops and the tails, and I'm just going to lay it there on my hand for a second, and then I'm going to come up above. And I want that zip tie to end up right where my thumb and index finger are. So to have better control of it, I'm just going to cinch it a little bit so it's cinched. And then I'm going to move my thumb and my finger, and you can see where all the ribbons are smooshed. That's where I want my zip tie to be. So I'm going to pull it up there so it's in the middle, and I'm going to tighten it just a little bit. I don't want to tighten it a ton because I still want to be able to move these loops around so that the bloody ribbon is mixed in with the black and white ribbon. So I've got this zip tie to about the size of a quarter, so there's still plenty of room to work. So I'm just going to hold this in my hand now, and I'm just going to move some of these loops and tails to the other side so I get things a little evenly distributed. Now, you won't make this perfect the first time. You might not make it perfect the second or third time, but you will get better at it the more that you do it. And it's kind of a weird bow. It's not really a bow. I call it the bow that's not a bow. And so it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, let's see. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cinch this down. So I'm just cinching that zip tie down. Now, before I get it too tight, I'm gonna take the little zip tie that's in your kit. It's a 4-inch one, and I'm gonna just slide it underneath the main zip tie, the big zip tie. Just like that, because this is what we loop around the jute hanger. Okay, so we're gonna cinch down that great big one the rest of the way, and we're going to trim it off. Nobody saw me use my fabric scissors for that. It didn't happen. And now I've got the small zip tie here, and we're not going to tighten that or cinch it up yet because this is what we're going to use to put the bow on the hanger. Okay, so now let's turn this around. First, let's get rid of these excess tails. So we're going to fold these in half like a taco. I always say just fold it up like a taco and cut from the fold out. Okay, can you see that okay on the screen? Fold out, and it gives a dovetail. We're going to do the same thing with all the rest of them. We're going to fold up like a taco, and we're going to cut up and out. And then we're going to take the 2 tails that we started with, and we're going to dovetail those as well. Just folding up like a taco, cutting on the fold, up and out. Same with that one, on the fold, up and out. All right, so here's our bow that's not a bow, and it's a little bit of a mess. So now all we're going to do is we're just going to take these loops and we're going to poof them or fluff them. And I promise you it will be perfect. And at this point, you can still move your loops around if you didn't get them how you wanted them. But only takes a second. And then we'll just position your tails. And there you have it. your bow that's not really a bow, and it's beautiful and unique. And you can even add a third ribbon to this if you would like to. If you add a third ribbon, just make one less loop. So on this we made 4 of each. Make 3 instead of 4. Or maybe you do 4 loops of one ribbon and 3 of another ribbon, and then 3 or even 2. You can also do varying widths of this. So you can do a couple wide ribbons. These are 2.5-inch ribbons, and you can do a 1.5-inch ribbon. All right, I hope that helps you guys out. We don't typically make the bows in your kit because we are a DIY studio. So some of you, if you haven't been in the studio to a workshop, we probably would make the bow for you. But most often you will just get a QR code to scan and get to this video to learn how to make the bow. All right, take care, guys.